Good afternoon. Today I'll continue to be talking about the coronavirus and the newest piece of news. So, the first piece of interesting news actually is that a large-scale study done in South Korea, Italy, China, and Germany coronavirus patients showed that 30% of people reported anosmia, which is basically smell blindness or the loss of the sense of smell, which showed in this case is an indicator of the COVID-19 infection. A New York Times reporter who covered the outbreak in New York also lost her sense of smell last week and later tested positive for the coronavirus. This is quite interesting because the coronavirus is supposed to actually only damage your lungs and in turn go travel deeper into your body, which would cause maybe even in the most severe cases death. But it should be mainly because the virus is targeting the lungs and patients die as a result of too much lung damage that can't be repaired. But this piece of interesting news is that when you can't taste or when you can't smell, anosmia is actually also sometimes it occurs after temporary anosmia occurs rarely or commonly, I don't know, but I heard that it happens after a flu or a cold, and so this is interesting that the COVID-19 is so similar to the flu, not only in symptoms but also this anosmia, but anosmia happens before you realize you have the coronavirus infection, other than while anosmia is after a flu is after, not before or during it, I guess, could also happen. The second piece of news I want to say is also that the Senate has kept debating over the 1.8 trillion economic stabilization package proposed by Republicans and the Trump administration, because Democrats are now just blocking a version after a version that said it did not provide adequate protection for workers. While this Democrat is just arguing that, oh my gosh, we need to it offers too little protection for workers and too much potential for abuse by big businesses. But the problem is that the longer the Democrats are blocking this version, the less the workers are going to get. So doing something is better than doing nothing. I mean, they're saying it offers too little protection, but at least it offers some, other than currently right now where no one's offering any protection. The stock market has dropped by a large percent because the Senate can't decide on Senate Democrats can't decide on the economic plan. So honestly, I think that the Senate Democrats should just get it done and just approve it, and then they can add more stuff on later. Whereas right now they're just arguing it's too little protection. But honestly, I feel like this crisis is getting politicized, as just Democrats are trying to use this crisis to defeat the Republicans or stall the Republicans in some way when there's actually people dying, and the Democrats should actually care about themselves. Not them should not only care for their own political gains, but also for the people that are actually losing their jobs, and they could be dying out there. And so yeah. This third thing I'd like to talk about is that Prime Minister Boris Johnson also put Britain under tight nationwide movement restrictions and ordered most stores to close. So currently Britain is going to be in a virtual lockdown, along with America, where I believe 100 million or more people have already been in lockdown, with more states closing down. Also, New Yorkers are experiencing a virus attack rate of nearly 1 in 1,000, which is 5 times that of other areas, because currently New York has 20,000 more than 20,000 cases, which is almost half of the entire United States number of cases, and is accounting for nearly 5% of the global cases worldwide. So this shows that because New York is so populated and people are in such large clusters, New York is really taking a large toll this time in the United States coronavirus crisis. Thank you for listening, and I hope you have a good day.